Collier County Commissioners Dan Kowal and Bill McDaniel joining me now. Gentlemen, great to see you. It's season's greetings to you both and a spectacular atmosphere. And once more, Naples never disappoints. And I know this is a special event for you. Why is it so special that the future football stars of this country come here and play and showcase here in Naples?
Well, we're just so proud they can all come here, and the experience of traveling from all over the country. I've heard today we've had some people as far as Seattle, Washington, to come all the way in here to Naples, Florida. And it's our pleasure to provide this facility so you guys can host us every year. It's quite an experience for these kids.
It's a magnificent facility, and it keeps getting bigger and better. You've got the water park coming in and all the fields.
We just did an expansion of the facilities that we have here, just as you mentioned, for soccer and for lacrosse at the same time. And then with Great Wolf Lodge being directly next door, that's going to do nothing but enhance the capacity for folks to come and visit.
Harris is going to be sacked on third down. Not much brewing except 4 yards picked up on this drive for Team Electric. They're going to have to punt the football. And the gentleman on your screen, Dan Kowal, Bill McDaniel.
After the short gain,
when did you maybe feel throughout the course of this community and this market that you need something like this to draw in the attraction? Because you get a lot of tourists that come in, but to draw in the families, the young players that might want to take part in what the Paradise Coast and Southwest Florida has to offer.
Just in short, the history with this facility was set up as a, and you just tell me whenever you have to do your announcement.
I can intervene with you. And on this punt return, we get Gamble moving down the field. He has made two spectacular plays and a punt return touchdown. Gamble had the pick of 47 yards.
He stepped out.
And they will say he did step out. And see, that's why you're also on board here, to point out what we don't see. But Gamble, you got to look at the replay. He has been sensational, and he's just across the way from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and St. Thomas Aquinas right there. Great shot by our crew. Prep Spin providing our coverage tonight, and they do a fabulous job. But continue on, Bill. You were saying the driving force to get people to come here and participate in something like this.
Originally, there was going to be a professional baseball stadium here, and I was recently just got elected, and I had the dubious honor of canceling that transaction and then bringing forward this whole project.
Well, professional baseball and, of course, spring training and being such a big part of Florida and the Grapefruit League.
And it looks like there was a fair catch signal.
Wow, they're going to bring this back because they're going to say that a fair catch was called for by Gamble, ruling out what was a sensational return, even if he did step out in the end. But how do you envision the future and what comes next? Not only building here and the infrastructure, but what do you want to see continue to develop right here at the Paradise Sports Complex and Naples in general?
Yeah, well, that could take longer than a quarter of break.
We've got time for you.
We just engaged with a professional soccer team, the U.S.
Yeah. It'd be the ML League 2, like their second division.
Oh, MLS Next Pro.
Still Next Pro.
Yes.
But,
you're speaking my language.
Yeah. These individuals supposedly have the rights to the next team, and they came in and kind of gave us a presentation, and we're waiting to see what the next step's and where it's going to go from here. But I think this would be, and they're talking about doing it in the summer months, so that would fill in some gaps where typically we don't have a lot of events going on in the summer months. So.
And some guy named Messi's about 90 miles across the road playing with Inter Miami in their Fort Lauderdale-based stadium for now. But that would be wonderful. You bring in something like that, and that sport continues to grow. But youth football has become so popular. And, of course, your relationship with Football University, these are the best guys in the business at what they do. And their ability to identify a talent and bring the showcases of the players you see on the field, second to none.
What an opportunity for these kids from all over the country, as Dan was saying. They're from all over the country to be able to come here and showcase.
You imagine they're the top of their own teams back home, the cream of the crop, and then they're recognized regionally to be accepted into the regional teams, and then to travel to something like this is just amazing.
That pass was intended for Lane. Did you guys play football growing up? I mean, does this bring back some memories for you?
Yeah, I was almost tempted to grab that ball. We were down there before we flipped that coin. But, yeah, I grew up in Western Pennsylvania, so I grew up just outside the city of Pittsburgh.
There you go.
You know, it's in my blood. Yeah, I love football, love watching football.
Joe Namath, Dan Marino, all the great names.
Yeah, Mike Ditka.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tony Dorsett.
Tom
I could go
Brady.
on all day.
Braden's Ben.
Joe Montana, Johnny Unitas. How many more you want?
Impressive knowledge, and that punt bounces on the carpet once, and then Josiah Robinson, who's had an interception in this game, falling on top of it. Well, we look forward to great things to come, and Dan, Bill, magnificent job all week long. I know the kids, it's a moment of a lifetime for so many of these teams that come down, hope to get back, but for the freshman All-American, the 60-plus, I know you've made their week very special, and we thank you for the hospitality because it's been great each and every year coming here.
So thank you. Thank you.
All right.
We're honored to have you guys.
Collier County Commissioners Dan Kowal and Bill McDaniel.